The 5 of us have been dropped into a brand new world with only one rule. If you die once, you get no second chances. In today's video, we played 100 days of hardcore Minecraft, and as none of us have ever beaten the game before on hardcore, our main 3 goals are simple. Build a safe area to live in, gain power through upgrading our equipment, and the main one, slay the Ender Dragon on day 100. But don't worry, we aren't good at the game.
Oh lord.
So even if this may seem easy, we sure make it look hard. So with plenty of close calls,
Colm!
and even some catastrophic moments coming, let's head back to day 1 and the start of the story, where this tale starts like most others in Minecraft.
Get some trees, get some wood, go!
Saying hello to each other, grabbing wood,
What? Jacob's attacking me.
Get away from my tree.
and crafting some wooden tools, already becoming slightly concerned about the hardcore aspect.
Oh shit, Kev.
But the big difference between this and most new worlds came with our spawn, which was actually good right from the jump.
This is actually a pretty perfect spot to build off rip, no?
Yeah, I like the spot.
So we just decided to stay put, opting to dig a hole in the ground for safety, even though it was still morning.
We're not all going down here.
What the fuck do you mean?
It's still daytime.
Yeah, but I'm scared already.
Popping out to lay down our first piece of agriculture,
I got more. Have you got that hoe?
to try and stem the need for food immediately, where our spawn also delivered on the animal front too, providing us with some sheep to slay for wool, meaning we could hopefully avoid the horrors of whatever night had in store for us as soon as possible.
No hit run this. You fucking prick. I ain't got full hunger, you arsehole.
So Kieran and Jacob began to furnish and expand our quaint little hole in the ground, adding in furnaces
Listen, mate, look what I've done for you, eh? Up.
and chests for storage, even a new trapdoor mechanism for safety, allowing me and Joe to return from a day of hunting, cooking the day's catch as the evening fell.
That came in for the fucking assist.
Where Colm kept one of the cows alive for the first markings of an animal enclosure before also returning, meaning everyone was safe.
Hello, Colm.
You're unique. I hope you die first.
So we got on with crafting our first bed
Hey.
and beginning to poke our noses further under the surface, finding some coal, and quickly after a cave full of dripstone, placing a few of us on edge.
What?
Move back, let me up. There's a fucking cave entrance.
This looks dangerous.
But we persevered,
Let there be light.
So what are these spiky things?
They're called Dripstone. If they fall on you, they kill you.
finding iron
Iron!
and lapis lazuli,
Lapis lazuli.
removing the dripstone along the way to avoid unwanted accidents,
No.
deciding we took enough risks for one night,
And then with that, that's enough for me. I'm gonna head back up to base.
returning to the hole to use the limited iron found for shields and a few select tools, some pivotal pieces for keeping us safe. Where Colm's morning began with him expanding the singular cow home,
Yeah, cow farm is one.
Well, yeah, that's a step.
Hey man, don't discredit his step. What's his name?
Theodore.
adding gates and a sign if people get confused, where Joe dropped him off 2 more to begin the breeding process.
Get ready, Colm.
And speaking of animals, Jacob was out showing Kieran his deep, dark secret.
Kieran, come with me quick. Let me try to figure out where it was. It was near a tree. Aha.
Which Joe promptly scooped up and led to the newly expanded animal area.
There we go. Prime position here, Colm.
Before starting to make them multiply. I wonder how hectic this will get with 5 people constantly feeding them, but who knows. Until then, our day was spent expanding the farms to accommodate our new friends
Oh!
Jacob just played God right there.
and killing everything outside of the enclosure, avoiding any risks for now, and winding down into the evening where our sheep ventures netted us some more pieces of wool, allowing us to hunker down in the hole and sleep. Where Colm was trying to do that thing again and make himself captain, but we weren't having it this time. I tried to make the hole a bit more homely this morning, working on mixing dyes and adding our specific colours to the beds.
I've dyed the beds. I couldn't find how to get green or pink.
where Kieran sadly would have to wait for a cactus until he could get his green bed.
That's not how you spell snuggle.
Someone put Colm's a prick on the bottom of it. I'm assuming it was Jacob.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I was in bed.
Speaking of Kieran, he was out with Colm and Jacob, beginning to explore our immediate surroundings.
You know, like those marine videos. They have the bomb down.
Back up, and they're doing that little wiggle as they're coming up.
Until Colm smartly turned around upon seeing the huge mountain blocking their path, returning home to join up with me and work on the mine, but not those two.
Ow.
Bit of soft wool there for your feet.
Who spent the afternoon climbing said mountain until Jacob did something that may just be his downfall.
Oh!
What just fell?
Me, and I fell on Dripstone. That could have been bad.
His inability to not jump across stupidly high crossings.
Oh my god.
Jacob, can you stop taking damage? It's making me paranoid.
But he was rewarded for his stupidity this time with his favourite biome and wood type.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, is that an acacia biome?
My favourite wood.
So him and Kieran got to grabbing some, where on the other side to them, Joe had found some nearby signs of life, so pillaged the place and equipped our first pieces of armour before night had fallen, so he accepted the villagers' hospitality, whilst me and Colm slept at home, leaving Kieran and Jacob to their makeshift sleeping hole.
Never beating the allegations, mate, in the comments.
Well, the ones that all think we're gay.
Yeah, because Jacob purposefully put our beds facing opposite ways.
So I can sniff your toes while we sleep.
You know, I'll take my chances with the mobs.
And day 4 showed another of the team's consistent traits. Colm, not his defining trait, that will be shown later, but he does have a deep love for building, placing it above survival in most cases. So he spent his day beautifying the area with a path and some trees, which I'm sure won't go wrong. But anyway, other than Colm, I was down expanding and staircasing at our mine shaft, making some decent progress towards the depths and better resources. Where on the surface, Jacob and Kieran's exploring had led them to new mountains
There's a creeper in there. There's a creeper in there.
and some donkeys.
Donkey.
Unfortunately not taming them this time,
Oh, yes. Ah.
but around the corner, something only describable as unbelievable happened to Kieran.
Jacob, look, there's a pink one.
What? Did you dye it?
No, I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
Found a
Pink
pink
sheep
sheep.
was so hard to find.
What the fuck? Is that...
We gotta take him home.
Yeah, well, surely.
This has a 0.164% chance to spawn, if you're wondering. So Joe immediately turned tail from the village to join up with them. Arriving in the evening,
Oh, you look even more dumb with a helmet on. Look at him with that.
I didn't realise what I looked like.
where they'd already safely stashed the pink sheep away in a ditch, where tomorrow they'd begin the long journey back up the mountains to bring it home, which definitely isn't riveting content, as their journey was slow and arduous, and with the group consensus that Kieran wasn't going to make it far into this 100 days,
Oh, Joseph. Easy, the safer route was around.
he was looking to leave his mark as early as possible.
Did you not hear that? He just told you to fuck off in sheepish.
Where after numerous river crossings and a morning full of walking, heartbreak struck by a ruined portal.
No! No!
What have you done?
And luckily, Kieran didn't intervene. As sad as this was,
No!
he definitely couldn't fight 2 wolves yet, so he scooped up the wool and sadly returned home, alongside only Jacob and Joe.
Oh my god.
Yo!
And as they journeyed back, I was simply mining down again, hitting a ravine,
Found a mega cave with redstone and shit.
before turning around and waiting for backup,
I'm way too scared to go in that there.
leaving Colm to spruce up the entrance to the hole, where the day ended with tributes being paid to the pink sheep.
Put that down in memory.
We should. Have you got a sign?
Yeah.
the first potential death we would face together in this world. And today, that previously mentioned backup arrived,
Send Joe first.
where we all headed into the ravine,
I don't like this.
Light up the area first.
cautiously navigating the potential drops,
There's a mine shaft down there.
Oh, avoid them, you could die to poison.
and beginning to collect some resources, where I won't spend too much time here, as we may have been very cautious,
What the fuck? Oh my god, I thought it was a warden, it's a glow squid.
but nothing really dangerous occurred.
Have we secured down here?
Oh, no, we haven't.
We simply grabbed some gold, iron, and anything else of value, explored the extremities
Ooh, a bat.
We need to secure the LZ column.
before hitting a wall and returning home.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
I'm gonna head out.
Boarding the drop off with cobblestone and spending our evening smelting ores and crafting our first proper pieces of protection to join the armour Joe stole from that village a couple days back. And with the air feeling a little bit safer under some armour,
I made some gold leggings.
we ditched the outside for another go in the mines, descending further this time into deep slate territory.
The fuck have you and Matt gone? Oh, down there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why am I talking like
Yeah?
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
And uncovering a big cave for our troubles, where after looting the entrance area, we made our biggest find yet.
Diamond!
Diamonds?
So Jacob picked them up and we continued to collect more surrounding resources, including even more diamonds, spending the remainder of the day fighting our way to the bottom, encountering plenty of mobs on our descent.
I'm moving in. I'm flanking his right. I'm flanking his right. I'm flanking his right.
I'm holding the defense.
Oh, he landed a lick. Oh, not today. Thank you. Oh, we landed a...
Look at that fucking teamwork, boys.
Until the end of the day was coming, and with our pockets full, we opted to begin coming home.
That mine shaft's a bit too far out of the reach at the minute. It's not worth it, like you say, without...
But I'm greedy.
You won't be greedy when you're fucking written out of script, mate.
Yeah.
Spending the rest of the evening returning slowly,
Baby zombies on me.
I'm coming, Matt, I'm coming.
He's in the water. He's slowed. They're weak to water.
before sleeping off another successful mining venture, where today marked the start of something monumental, Joe's descent into madness.
I've hurt my green dye, don't you think, Joe?
Oh yeah, I'll get on that.
Starting with a simple promise.
Right, Kieran, I'm going off on an adventure. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you with some green.
That Joe would not return home until he found a cactus, allowing Kieran to get a green bed, and to place it into context,
Move the pumpkin patch. I feel like it deserves its own piece of land, you know what I mean?
Kieran couldn't care less. But Joe's just a bit weird, so he went off. Let's see how many days he's gone, shall we? We're back at home. Kieran was continuing to expand the farm, right around the river, mainly just for looks at this point, but the food wouldn't hurt. And I couldn't agree more, as just behind him, I began construction on the first real project in the world, another farmland, just to the side of the main compound. So added in the first entry point from the river, leaving Jacob to end his day off in style, adding a salmon underneath his bed, which concluded in a slightly violent and unfunny manner.
Why is there blood splatter everywhere?
The fish nibbled my toes too hard.
We've got iron boots on.
The fish, look.
I think you're lying to me.
But with his practical jokes over, he took the baton from me in construction, grabbing the acacia logs and quickly destroying 2 attempted starts,
This is dog shit. What am I making?
as it didn't feel quite right yet. But he'd be back for another swing soon. However, the same couldn't be said for my farm, which felt just right, adding in some man-made ponds and extending the river further inland, attempting to make it look as natural as possible, leaving Kieran to take care of the animals
Alright, you fucking hungry little animals. Get to shagging.
and adding a double extension for the chickens and pigs before hopelessly searching for them for the rest of the day, where Joe's second day on the path had ended up in no desert.
Hey, where have you fucked off to?
Told you. I either come back with your green or I don't come back at all.
But he was able to quickly sample the hospitality of another village, opting to sleep the day off in a hut he threw together on the outskirts, leaving his hut in the dust early in the morning and ditching land for water, where it wouldn't take long for trouble to find him.
Oh! I found the ocean temple.
where trouble was the last thing on the mind of Jacob today, who decided to have a day to himself, mainly harvesting wood around the area alone, whilst trying to crack the conundrum of where to put his house. But other than Colm and Kieran exchanging flowers, trouble quickly was back on the menu for one of us.
No! No! Oh my fucking god!
And with Kieran reminded again his time could end here at any given moment, he spent his day leading some chickens home. And the river I'd been continuing to terraform was just what Jacob needed, as inspiration had struck him on the morning of day 11, starting small but constructing the initial bridge and platform area for his eventual house, where today allowed me to begin laying some pathing down and filling in the land to eventually begin adding seeds come tomorrow, where adventure had once again called after Colm.
Dodge this. No, you didn't dodge it.
Who was accompanied by Kieran on a mission to grab some wood.
Right, Colm, we have to deforest.
We are.
As Colm had grown jealous of the two of us building without him and needed to get in on the action. Thank God he didn't go with his initial idea though.
Well, I'm going to attempt to make a really big tree.
Oh, the essentials in the first 100 days, yeah.
But after that god-awful plan, they harvested some nearby cherry blossom trees and found a nearby village to stay the night in.
Problem is, I've now placed my bed down and it's gone walkies.
It's a puffy.
Ah,
And after some breakfast in the village,
thank you so much for the hospitality. The eggs were beautiful.
their journey took them into some potentially dangerous biomes, eventually heading into the snow cautiously and collecting the spruce logs Colm would need for his house, where concern for Joe was certainly beginning to grow.
You're going to come back in full Netherite.
I don't know if I'm going to come back at this point. I can't find a desert.
You got life insurance?
As his 5th day once again yielded absolutely nothing. 5 days and counting, all for a piece of green dye, and he's meant to be our best player.
You declared you aren't coming back until you met my bed green.
I might just start my own life.
But back at home, with my farm coming along in his distant view, Jacob continued the platform on his floating acacia oasis, adding in some logged pillars on the edges, doing some work on the underside, as this would be certainly a tough build to make look natural. And as we didn't want to kill each other during these 100 days, a bad build could just about tip Colm over the edge. But he was content enough for now, as he and Kieran wouldn't have to sleep underground tonight.
Oh, Kieran, it's an igloo.
So with the outdoor boys enjoying their overnight igloo stay,
Whoa! Did you just see that mountain goat launch himself?
they'd completed what they set out for, grabbing plenty of varied wood and saplings on their travels back home, where they'd be greeted by some great progress by the pair of us here, as after laying a second large plot of crops, I began to fence them in, looking upon Jacob with admiration as he began the framework of some walls today, furnishing the basic structure of his interior before evening fell and the pair of Colm and Kieran made their glorious return. So with the first night spent upon his balcony,
Oh, that is beautiful. Going onto my balcony and looking out the farm.
Jacob opted to still join us back in the hole and head to bed, where if you're wondering, that idiot was still nowhere to be seen. He was so far away that his return was of genuine concern.
The desert. Where is the desert? The desert. Where is the desert?
As we would need his aid in upgrading our gear further, housing the only diamond pickaxe, using the limited ones found on our mining skirmish to craft it. But of course, he kept moving further and further out, with no cares in the world.
Desert. Ooh.
Meaning we had to continue to get used to living without him, but we were thriving in his absence.
I saw a mud farm the other day.
Wait, what? You can do that?
Yeah, you can make a mud farm.
Oh, unlimited mud.
As Kieran planted an orchard of saplings behind my farm, before manning the fields and animals, where he passed by me, who had hit the first struggle point of a smooth moving project thus far, beginning to wrestle with some bridge designs. Also wrestling with ideas was Colm, who didn't move for a while, deep in thought, until moving to an area next to the farm and laying the foundations to his own house, leaving Jacob to end the day in style, luring 2 donkeys back home that he definitely uses again. definitely. So with me and Colm entrenched in building and figuring out layouts, it was a perfect chance for Jacob and Kieran to tick off a little side quest that had been bugging Kieran. And if you're wondering how life-changing that side quest is...
Oh, bit of tennis.
A bit of leather for our troubles.
It wasn't. They killed a wandering trader and spent all day luring 2 pigs home, completing the animal pen, and yes, Joe is still out there.
Can't find it. Ooh, yeah.
So he once again shared breakfast with snow villagers before taking off on his trusty vessel, raiding more shipwrecks and grabbing some obsidian from a ruined portal, if he lives to even bring it home at this point. As thousands of blocks away, we were just carrying on with business as usual. Kieran channeling his inner Colm, beautifying the area next to my farm.
Holy shit.
I'm struggling with this bridge.
It doesn't look like you are, to be fair. It looks great.
And paving the animal area before crafting some new iron pickaxes, where over the river I had cracked my bridge puzzle, so began also paving around the plots of wheat, where for Colm and Jacob it was simply another day of constructing, where Jacob placed an entry into Colm Captain's log before both made significant progress today.
Oh, Colm. It's coming up, man.
It is.
With some mud pillars
Oh, Kieran, it's beautiful. My mud bricks.
and completed walls being added to end another beautiful day here, where Jacob spent his morning scouting the builds of me and Colm before beginning to work on texturing his next house. Kieran had finally broken through on where he wanted to put his house,
Because what if you're on the edge there,
I was thinking, oh.
and then we link?
Like a bridge.
Yeah, like from my bit to yours.
Yeah, I like that.
as he'd been farming and breeding for a whole week. So he began to form the land to his liking, where in the evening, after another full day of housework, Colm headed underground for some nighttime mining, continuing to bring us closer to diamond level, but mainly just farming more building supplies to use before bedtime, where after another sleepless night in the ditch, Joe was starting to slowly go insane, seemingly finding his 15th village, and even more strange biomes, where surely it can't go on like this for much longer. But luckily I'll show him today, as he's only getting screen time. As the 4 of us, it was just another building focused day, where roofing was the main point of conflict, as Jacob was struggling to find something that would work for his river based home.
Oh, Jacob, it's coming along, isn't it, that one?
That's what I was thinking, you know, Kieran.
It started off like I was a bit unsure of the vision.
Get used to it. What does that look like, Matt? Does that look shit?
That looks a bit weird for me. The beavers.
So he brought it down and mentally resetted his approach on the morning of day 19. Finally getting something he wanted, so got to work mimicking it on the other side and bringing it all together to completion.
I'm in the middle of the ocean. Can't exactly put a bed down anywhere.
Oh dear, Joe.
You know me, getting all lost and stupid.
Like the dumb little girl you are.
I didn't like that.
Where Colm was on the warpath today, dropping in and out of mines all day and continuing to polish off his roof, staying true to his original idea and ending his day with some exterior work to complement the roof. And with my farm project being complete, I began to work on my house, starting by laying some dirt onto the small hill next to our original hole, where opposite me, Kieran was doing the same, as we both prepared to begin building. Where sadly, Joe's journey across land and ocean was over, and as I predicted, he slowly started working his way home, but he still wasn't giving up on that cactus dream, and the world that had been so harsh on him so far finally tossed him a bone at his lowest point to end day 19.
I found some cactus, Kieran. I'm coming home.
Meaning he was full steam ahead to return to us. So whilst I continued to morph the land around me to my preference,
Is this where you're building? Oh shit! Matt, fuck him up. Matt, cook him. Cook him. Cook him, Matt.
Kieran chopped trees with Jacob and Colm kept texturing his house, where after 2 weeks, Joe had finally made his way home.
Boys,
Yeah?
I've returned.
So he took in the big changes around the place.
The one on the water, is that yours, Jacob, by the farm?
Yeah, it's got a roof.
It's missing a bit of the roof. I've got a gift for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it hot?
Turn around, sweet pea.
Is it cold to the touch?
It's not really.
Before finally crafting what he set off for all them days ago, the green bed.
A lovely green bed is down.
And sadly, there's no way to make it sound grand and noble, as it really wasn't. Meaning, whilst he organised his things from his travels, the rest of us continued building until it was time to sleep in the hole.
Joe, turn around, help me!
2 baby zombies. 3 baby zombies.
Don't die.
Creeper.
Where? Oh, I'm fucking one hit.
Run away, run away.
Please kill it.
Fucking hell.
With the 5 of us finally being reunited after all this time, and with the 5 of us being together again, it was time to go exploring as a unit. As with a few days of building under our belts, we were craving some adventure.
Into your vessels.
So we hopped in our boats and set sail down the river.
Oh, and the river delivers, doesn't it? How do you get out of the boat again?
While some of us ran instead, beginning to pry into some nearby dripstone caves for resources before the sun had set and it was time to sleep underground for tonight. Before we had found a big chasm just above our initial one, so we headed inside,
Oh, skeleton in the entrance. Be careful, be careful.
where a fight was immediately waiting.
Enchanted bow, enchanted bow.
How can he see?
Oh, he's jiggle pigging.
Enchanted bow around the corner. Enchanted bow down.
But after evading death
Good sweep.
and dodging a nearby Enderman,
Enderman.
we kept progressing deeper in, collecting more iron and coal, before Joe decided he wanted to tussle with the Enderman the rest of us had decided to ignore,
I'm gonna kill the Enderman.
reigning victorious
1 ender pearl down.
but unnecessary in terms of risk, where in a much safer move, Colm dug himself a little hole and began to smelt through some of the resources we'd been grabbing, where we quickly flocked to him for safety in numbers. But with the caves above exhausted, we opted to dig down, with Kieran and Joe leading the charge downwards, where all was well until we dug a block too far and stumbled upon this.
No, stop mining. That's Shuckle.
No, it's not.
Stop
No,
mining.
no.
That's the warden thing.
I ain't going in there.
So with our tails tucked between our legs, Joe took charge and ordered us away.
Oh, we ain't going this way.
Yeah, not that way.
But this was just the start of our encounters with the Warden and his ancient cities, where in hindsight, what we did next was a bit dumb. As remember what I said about Colm being a huge risk taker? Well, he ran about 20 blocks away and then started digging down once again. And for some reason, we just followed him, as at first, it seemed all was fine and perfectly normal.
What are we doing looking for diamonds?
You like it, mate?
We were just simply trying to make it down to diamond level.
Jacob, do not move.
Oh!
Around -55 and do some good old fashioned strip mining, which paid off on the way.
Diamonds.
Oh, wow.
So with the 5 of us in 5 separate tunnels, we were getting resources by the bucket load.
Ooh, diamonds.
Until the reality of only moving a few blocks away from the initial warning signs came back to bite us. Which Joe, Colm and Jacob decided to pry into for some reason.
The warden can only spawn in the actual city.
Oh, is it?
Uncovering this.
There's an ancient city right here.
There is an ancient city right there.
An ancient city, which worked a little like this if you were wondering. Essentially, if you make any noise, you set off skulk detectors dotted around the place, which if close enough, set off the skulk shriekers. Set them off 3 times and you fucked up and spawned in one of the hardest bosses in the game, the Warden, who blinds you and then tracks you down using sound. Now that sounds terrifying because it absolutely is. So why these 3 are here is baffling, in iron armor no less. But eventually they came to their senses and came back. For about 5 minutes. This time, only Colm and Joe opted to go back in, with them even sneaking inside the city this time,
Colm's fucking in the city. Colm, get out of there.
Wait, I'm just taking a peek.
hunting any loot they could find.
Yank him out of that cave right now.
Come back here.
What if there's something good in it?
But even with our constant warnings,
Bro's gonna die for a smithing template.
they kept going deeper.
Kieran, he may be bigger than me, but I'd win.
Finally relenting and coming out for about 5 more minutes, where at this point, I'll be honest, my sympathies completely ran out,
No, we're not okay. Not okay. Not okay. Definitely not okay.
and their stupid risk taking finally caught up with them.
You fucking idiot. That scared the...
Oh, run. Quick!
Colm, man.
Opting to blame each other instead of taking responsibility.
We were fine, and then you ran, and we weren't fine.
I was scared.
We've got to get out of here. That's my Soros, guys. Colum's angered the gods. It's Colum.
No, it's you as well. You're with him.
No,
you're
you're
stood
all
right
there,
next
bro.
to him.
I told him what not to do. I told him what
No,
not to
Colum,
do,
don't
and then
you
he did
chirp
it.
up, man. You're the one who spawned it, right?
Actually, I didn't spawn anything. You want to know what spawned it?
What, you running?
The spawner.
The CPU spawned it, actually.
Where now it was even more dangerous down here. So with the warden having spawned,
Oh my god, I just heard it.
we opted to get out of there. Mainly prompted by me temporarily losing my vision and scampering out.
My screen just went dark.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Matt.
Oh no, Matt.
I'm just gonna leave the cave.
So with a day full of travelling and the team definitely still annoyed,
You've put everyone in that mine in jeopardy.
mainly at Colm for setting it off,
The problem is, Colm, you're not out of the woods yet, because if any of us die on the way back out of this cave, it's your fault.
No.
but also Joe.
You know what Joe's role in the whole thing is? You know when, like, you're in school and your mate says, "I'll throw that glue stick at someone," like, throw that bit of glue at someone.
He's instigating.
We all headed to sleep, relieved we were still 5 strong to end day 24. We're back at home. Joe opted to spend some diamonds on an enchanting table and in some bookshelves too, but I quickly forced him to move it as he built it right in my area.
Just built the enchanting table here, of all places.
First he nearly killed me, now he tries to commandeer my area, but the rest of us chose to go with the protection route, making diamond chest plates, as Jacob and Kieran were still down there trying to navigate their way out.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Kieran.
What?
Fucking, we're in a fucking ancient shit again.
We're back home. I went out mining for resources somewhere safer, and Colm, after nearly killing the whole team, headed back to his house for some calming interior work, as this certainly would not be the last time he and Joe are involved in a life-threatening encounter together, where next time they may not be as lucky. But for now, all was calm in a humble little world, as Kieran and Jacob finally resurfaced today
Oh, wow.
The air feels rich, feels pure.
and made their way back, heading straight into the hold to deposit the week's loot, where Joe had decided on his area.
I think I might build on the little hill behind the base.
Oh, I like that, I like that.
Building just to the left of Kieran and across the river, enclosing the eventual compound inn. So he got to work digging out the area for it to go in, where I was back in the mines, far away from the rest of them, who were constantly putting me in danger. Leaving Colm to work on his exterior, adding in a campfire area and tent to end a well-deserved day of calm, where he started his day with some pavement texturing, adding in some chairs and some final touches to his exterior area, where he joined Jacob in completing his house. But that didn't mean the work on either of them was finished just yet, with Jacob modifying the underbelly of his staircase,
Oh.
before beginning plans to add a bridge to the land Kieran and Joe were occupying, where after seemingly weeks of thinking, Kieran had settled on a design, so began working on his quaint cottage, laying the start to the walls, where just to his left, construction had also begun on Joe's castle. Now I've been friends with Joe for years, and he always builds castles in Minecraft.
I'm building another castle, are you?
Right, it has to be done.
But he always builds them too big and has never actually finished one.
You actually aren't, are you?
I'm building a small one.
This time, hopefully he pulls through.
If he dies before it finishes, I might cry with laughter.
But luckily, I was away from all the base building, getting my hands dirty and stumbling upon some diamonds for my reward.
8.
8.
Resurfacing as my work had been accomplished, meaning after removing a spider from my land, it was time to get to work myself. Going for an initial design of cobblestone, which admittedly will look a touch basic for now, where alongside me, the rest of us were all base building. Kieran with his cottage, Joe with his castle, which already looked way too big, Colm on his interior, and Jacob on his bridge, where aside from Joe fully kitting himself out with diamond tools, today was a repeat showing of yesterday. I kept building my cobblestone backwards into the mound I prepared. Kieran started on his roof, and Colm massacred the animals for XP before cracking back on.
I need some cobblestone walls.
with Jacob also tinkering within his house, where after a morning of gazing over our growing village, Colm was now onto his next project. Well, kind of a double project. His goal was to move the animals into a permanent residence, then use the space currently occupied by them to create a central storage hub fitted with an eventual enchantment room, a big project that will definitely take up the remaining 70 days and might just be his undoing. But every journey starts with a single step, so he laid out some initial plans to end his day. Where down by the river, we were greeted by some visitors in the afternoon,
Oh, there's pillagers!
trying to take what we had built so far.
I'll lick one off with a bow.
Lure him and I'll sneak in and flank him.
Oh shit, oh shit. Charge!
Oh, they're in the water. They're easy pickings, easy pickings.
Get off my farm!
So after dispatching them with ease, we all cracked back on with building. Whilst Joe continued adding scale, I spent my day sampling some of the many blocks we'd collected down in the hole. However, with us building, the main focus today was Kieran and Jacob, who were over in Jacob's house crafting some more banners for their shields.
This is my loom. Oh, day 31, it's just you made a banner.
Yeah, it will be, mate, and it's going to be all this gameplay, and then I just craft the... yeah!
Which for Jacob continued well into day 32, creating himself a new and improved banner to display all around the place, before he prepared to head underground come tomorrow, where Joe worked to add to his doorway from yesterday, moving around to the back of his castle, where Kieran went to his early day roots, adding to his ever-evolving cottage with 2 identical farms either side.
The farm is coming together.
And during the rainy evening today, I corrected a mistake from the start, removing my cobblestone shack entirely. Apparently there's an elephant down there in Chernobyl.
There's an elephant in Chernobyl.
Yeah, there's pets down there or something.
Can someone explain the joke then?
As my sampling yesterday had given me some much needed inspiration on a new and improved model, stopping by Colm's new barn on the morning of day 33, which was beginning to take shape, so I took this as fuel and began my own upgraded house, starting anew with some wood and stone bricks, an undefeated combo, texturing as I went to save myself a job later down the line, incorporating cobblestone at points but only to complement it, where Kieran had fenced in and paved his farm area, so Joe popped by for some morning gambling.
Which crop do you want, Graham? Take your pick.
Forward one, that one.
Ooh, you got lucky. You got lucky. Got one more left. Potential to go all the way.
Opposite side, opposite side.
Ooh, we didn't go all the way.
Before, fresh off the high of his newly grown crops, he began to improvise and work on a bridge connecting him and Joe to the mainland. While taking a break from his building, Jacob grabbed his dusty pickaxe and headed back to adventuring, finding plenty of diamonds but opting to leave them as soon we'd be enchanting, hopefully stumbling into fortune,
I'm waiting for fortune.
where we could make the most of them, as we had 5 people to eventually fully equipped with diamond gear.
Skeleton shooting at me! Ah!
So every advantage would be welcomed. Where after a nap with the heat from the lava allowing him to drift off, he dropped onto it today, grabbing some obsidian,
Well, who are you nominating?
as in a couple days we'd all be ploughing head first into our greatest risk yet, but potentially our greatest reward. So he collected enough before resurfacing, taking in his new bridge Kieran was working on.
Oh, this is quite sick actually. Wow.
What?
That just looks good.
It's just an utter shock that it does.
I was just expecting like a really shit bridge.
Where for myself and Joe, it was building as usual, making slow but committed progress on our 2 stone brick homes. But for Colm, his commitment to an ambitious roof design meant my farm earned its keep, aiming to build it fully out of hay blocks, which was definitely on the expensive and tedious side, meaning he was dashing between roof and farm, making progress little by little each completed trip. When nice and central, Jacob laid down the obsidian he'd grabbed yesterday, pit stopping to kill some traders.
He sells wheat seeds, Joe.
Weak seeds? No.
And grab a flint and steel, returning to light the way to the Nether.
He's making noises.
the next step on our eventual path and clash with the Ender Dragon, but arguably the Nether was a whole different animal to overcome, and it was first up. So with the challenge rapidly incoming,
Everybody prepare. Get ready now.
After we sleep.
we took the rest of our evening to get our builds to a satisfying place before crafting some gold armor and heading to bed early, as we'd all need to be fully alert come tomorrow. So with the morning rising, Colm and Jacob were first to venture in, and luckily we were handed a very kind spawn,
Don't be a shit spawn. Please don't be a shit spawn.
Oh, it's not that bad.
where we began to learn about Jacob's, well, flaw/benefit depending on the situation.
Is it a case of just kind of poking our noses around?
I think so.
What's Jacob doing down there?
See, unlike Colm, who was just genuinely a risk taker, Jacob seemed to only like taking risks in the Nether, as we saw with him taking point and staircasing down into the biome beneath.
I'm going down to say what's up.
He said, hey, what's up? Hello.
But eventually, we all reunited, secured a safe position, and watched as our usual resident risk taker made a single file path across a huge lava pond,
Colm. He's over the lava pit. Anyone got an arrow?
Don't you fucking dare.
where one misclick or mishap could end it all. But he made it across, so we followed, much slower and safer, apart from Jacob. Moving across, where we found this, the Bastion,
Found a Bastion.
You found a Bastion?
which is the high risk, high reward I discussed earlier. Reach the treasure room and find the template for netherite upgrades, a huge boost in power and protection, alongside our confidence for the inevitable clash with the Ender Dragon. The catch, it was flooded with deadly defenders, willing to put their life on the line, but against mine and Kieran's best wishes,
And this it actually just ain't good for my blood pressure.
as safety coordinators, we were also willing to put our lives on the line.
I was just doing a bit of a reconnaissance back there.
Where's Matt?
He's back there as well. We were just mining wood.
We were just checking the weather.
So began to pry inside, and in this labyrinth of potential danger, digging through slowly was definitely the best of all the bad options on the table.
Oh shit, Colm.
Can you not block me, please? In case I have to run.
Didn't you say those things that can one-shot us in each?
But as we creaked through to the other side, we weren't going to get lucky this time and find the treasure room immediately.
Oh, Jay, run!
We'd have to organise the heist on the Bastion, but that would need actual planning and better equipment, so we took our leave for now. And with the Great Bastion heist our main objective now, we grabbed some of the Biome Pacific wood before heading home. A successful initial step into a place we'd become very familiar with in the coming weeks. The first side objective on the route to raiding the Bastion would be upgrades, meaning diamonds, and with plenty sat waiting for us to grab, thanks to Jacob, the first thing we'd need is a fortune pickaxe, preferably fortune 3. So we dropped a makeshift enchantment setup down, as Colm was still wrestling with the hay bale roof for now, prying him away briefly, as he was the only one with a high enough level for a maximum enchantment, but the highest we could get for now was fortune 2.
Fucking hell. I got Fortune 2.
Even after cycling everyone's pickaxes, so after some debating, we settled for it, getting a decent pickaxe for now.
I got Fortune 2, Efficiency 3, Unbreaking 3.
So he headed back to roofing, while Jacob headed back to the Nether to farm some quartz, as the enchanting floodgates had opened. So whilst I continued to work on my house, which had gotten to a good place, Kieran was forced to face the danger with Jacob, Colm and Joe, due to Joe taking away his safe method of breeding to farm XP.
Let me see if they're ready to breed, and then yeah, I'll come in. See if I can get a couple more levels to go for 2 enchants.
Kieran, I've just breeded all of them.
What do you mean you just Oh, I called that yesterday, you little fucking cunt. Alright, let's go in.
So they all headed through the portal for some quartz farming, giving me some much needed peace, where I used it to work on the rear and exterior of my house, where in the Nether, progress wasn't quite as riveting, but it was necessary.
Oh, have you got enough level?
No, but you're closer.
It's just a winner.
With Jacob and Kieran choosing the safer strip mine option, and Colm and Joe, like usual, choosing the dangerous option, but it did lead to them finding this.
I found the thing.
The what?
Fortress.
So with the fortress found, we'd found one more of the random pieces of the puzzle we needed for slaying the Ender Dragon.
What the fuck is that bullshit, bro? I just watched 3 blazes spawn on my fucking entrance.
So Colm deemed that his work here was done, returning to me back home, where he would get to level 30 through breeding animals eventually.
I have gift.
I already got glowstone.
Oh. I'll just go fuck myself then.
So got right back to his farming and roof grind. We're back in the Nether. Kieran returned to Jacob and dropped some new pickaxes off.
My god, why is this what like messengers feel like having to go through war zones trying to get this pickaxe to this cunt?
Where they'd kept on exploring for quartz together, resorting to the ceiling after a dry patch.
Whoa, there's some up there. Whoa, look on the roof. There's fuckloads, look.
But from it, Jacob was able to reach level 30.
I got it.
And Kieran, level 33.
Level 33. Let's get out of here.
Meaning a fair few enchantments were in store for them. All they had to do now was return home in one piece. So after surveying their surroundings,
Hello. Hi.
it was Jacob to leap down first, until the way out had confused them.
I reckon it's this way.
It is that way.
But after a little assistance from Joe,
Joe's down there.
Hey.
Hi.
they made it back to the portal
There's quartz there if you want some more.
I couldn't give a fuck, man. Just get me out.
and got out of there for now. Meaning now we were back.
Haha, look at him leading the army.
And it was time for some enchanting, with Joe firing off first, getting efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. Not bad, but not quite the fortune we were hoping for, where Jacob didn't fare much better himself, so he disenchanted Jacob's attempt and passed it quickly over to Kieran, not exactly getting a much better showing, but after a quick rerun, he landed on something much better.
I got Fortune 2, Efficiency 4 and Breaking 3.
Near perfect.
Not quite the max, but it would have to do for now, where the focus pivoted to iron for Kieran, who was spooked by the usual warning signs.
Yep, I'm good.
We kept on mining, but upstairs, Joe popped out to enchant 2 brand new pickaxes he'd crafted, getting a spare Fortune 2, meaning once we had the iron necessary, we could get Fortune 3, fire and anvil, before he was back in the mines, finding something different to the usual ancient cities.
There's a skeleton spawner somewhere near.
So with a spawner secured for a future project he had in mind, he captured it via torches.
Spawner secured.
Leaving me and Colm, who were at the final stages of the exteriors of our buildings, thanks to the recent peace and quiet we'd received. So after a lackluster haul yesterday, Kieran pivoted his focus to higher levels above Deep Slate.
We'll go your way.
And the results were immediately apparent, rapidly finding the iron required, so he popped up to smelt it, where Colm's barn was now complete, meaning next, it was time for the mammoth main project, the storage room, as we would need somewhere for the remainder of this world to store the copious amounts of stuff we were bringing home. So we began to mark the foundations out in wool.
Do we think this is a decent size, Jacob? Or
A bit small, isn't it?
oh,
Where after watching them for a bit,
It does seem kind of small.
Yeah, ain't this a bit small, Colm?
work continued on my house, moving down to the underground portion, where on a busy day, the anvil was finally down, and we now had a Fortune 3, Efficiency 5, and Unbreaking 3 pickaxe. Slightly worrying that our weakest player wielded it, but maybe, just maybe, he'll treasure it the most.
This is where I die, I can feel it. I've been given the most powerful tool in the server so far.
So he took it for a spin on Jacob's previously found diamonds.
Now we're rolling.
We're back upstairs. Colm made a pretty silly mistake, thinking he'd got a god pickaxe himself.
Fortune 3, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3.
But turns out it was gold, so basically useless, as you can't even mine diamonds with it.
This is where the world burns, innit?
You have two witnesses right there.
So after using his own diamonds to make everyone a new tool
There you go, matey.
or piece of armour,
I said boots, but you know.
Kieran, joined by Colm, were hungry for more riches, so returned to plundering as many diamonds as they could find, where with Jacob enchanting his chest plate and Joe polishing off the next bit of work on his castle, the two of them also combined on creating the XP farm.
What did you get from the chest, Joe?
Iron horse armor and the golden apple that you ate.
Using the skeleton spawner Joe had uncovered a few days ago,
Wait, so 3 from here?
No, two from here.
where Kieran quickly opted to join them, mainly due to a little scare triggering him.
What the fuck was that noise? I've gone blind.
To sprint until we found them.
It started crossfading like some of our videos.
You got water?
No.
No, fuck off then.
opting to make the three of them some leggings with the loot he did find, before he and Jacob ran straight back into danger on their way eventually back home.
Oh my god, what
my
the
God.
fuck was that?
Do you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
My screen's dark.
And with everyone returning home, this allowed Colm to hand out the diamonds he'd found too, basically getting everyone to full diamond armor. A huge milestone to hit as we snuck up on the halfway mark, with serious work still to do to tip the fight against the Ender Dragon in our favour. So Colm prepared his resources for the storage room build. I continued to work on my interior, using the wood from the Nether for a distinct look. Kieran took a day to do little jobs around his house. Jacob continued Joe's work on the spawner, leaving Joe to throw it back to his grand adventuring days, going for a wander and sleeping in a village he'd been welcomed into to end day 45.
Oh god, I'm being looked at by a child whilst asleep.
Where this morning allowed Colm to immortalise his useless golden god pickaxe forever,
Today's a monumental day.
naming it and placing it in an item frame upon the Nether portal.
The one that never was.
Using the burst of motivation and inspiration to begin work on his storage room, where the continuous work on my interior proceeded, as Jacob popped in to check on my progress.
Oh shit!
What are you doing in there?
I was seeing if you had any clay. Whoa! What's down here? Whoa! This is sick.
This is my domain.
This is Matt's dungeon.
And alongside me, Kieran worked on some exterior decorating.
I'm feeling optimistic today just because, like, now I've had that episode of blindness, I feel like I've got a new lease on life.
Where our strongest link somehow was turning into our biggest liability.
Whoa! Oh, it's a mountain goat. Oh my god.
As Joe spent the day wandering, not like there was a huge castle completely incomplete waiting for him to finish it, where he'd returned from his pointless crusade on day 47, so popped in to see my nearly completed bedroom. Before putting off his castle yet again. I told you he'd do this, opting to dig a hole in the ground and begin to marinate a dried ghast he'd found. So in other news, Kieran crafted and dropped down a smithing table, something important for Netherite later, but mainly it allowed him to apply a trim to his armour, going for the green emerald trim, proceeding to spend the rest of the day admiring his handiwork.
It doesn't look the best with diamond, but the second you upgrade into netherite, you look fucking sick.
Yeah.
And underneath his house, Jacob began his second major building project, utilising some deep slate to block out water and lay the foundation for the eventual brewing area.
You've been looking for that brewery, haven't you, for a while?
Yeah, although this donkey's really fucking me off.
And work continued into day 48, creating an entranceway in between the initial farm we planted back on day 1, allowing access from the mainland,
Ooh, I like this under part.
where over there, Colm continued to plough away at his storage room, beginning to work on the ceiling of the ground floor, utilising spruce trapdoors for the design, leaving me and Kieran, who just continued tinkering with our respective houses. But Joe, while he built 2 walls,
Is this your finished castle?
Yeah, come in. You'll see it's finished.
Wow. Ew, what's that?
That's the happy ghast. Don't pull that out.
and then just stared at the ghast he'd placed down all day, which carried on into today. And it's news to me, but he'd actually gone on that last venture to gather snowballs as a source of food, which showed its importance when the ghast all of a sudden grew. So with a harness equipped, Rick Ghastly was born.
Look to the skies, men. Look to the skies. Look to the skies and witness.
Bear witness. God is upon us.
And apart from Kieran, realising his house looked a bit strange from the back, and Jacob adding the brewery stands to his, brewery, we practically spent all day messing around on Rick Ghastly.
Coming down, fellas. How do I come down? Is it shift? No, it's not shift. How do I go down? Oh, here. Hold on. I'm stuck.
Oh, maybe.
There we go. I think that was lag.
No, if I walk on it, you can't move.
Wait, I'm gonna park it next to my tower and get off.
Go on, Matt. Jump off.
So long.
Your taxi service. I'll send you an invoice.
Where the storage room was getting there, as Colm today moved over to the roof frame, but material shortage was costing him, meaning he was in and out of the Nether and mines throughout the day, stunting progression.
There's an intruder!
Also down in a nearby mine shaft was Jacob, cautiously navigating the twisting tunnels.
I'm fucking terrified right now. Fucking deep in the caves, in the chasms.
And finding a new spawner for his troubles. So whilst he was risking his life for more resources, Joe was by our first spawner, where in a bid to continuously avoid building his castle, he continued his work down there, and at least it's more useful than the ghast. And in our finished houses,
Someone's eating my cake.
I worked on my bedroom, and Kieran continued trying to fix his dodgy roof. We're halfway in, and with 50 days remaining, we still had so much to do and accomplish.
Oh, he's sleeping with me. Big mistake.
So Jacob kickstarted this by completing the final touches on his brewery. Now, do we use this for anything but swimming in lava for fun? No, but it will be a vital piece of the puzzle if we can make it past day 100. So other than him, Joe was still chipping away slowly at the spawner, and Colm, well, he practically ruined the aesthetic of his storage room in one foul move, placing down blue glass panes everywhere.
How do you repair a bow? Like an enchanted bow?
Another bow and an anvil.
I thought you couldn't unless you had an ending, but I guess not.
Stupid Gollum! Doesn't know anything about the game.
I mean, you are Minecraft Handbook for a reason.
Not anymore. I'm Joe from Generational Fumble. Nice to meet you.
Which you would soon come to course correct, but today wasn't the day, as it was time to start working on the enchantment area, which required him to begin digging down, where over the pond, Jacob was back to experimenting with a new shield design, running all over the town to show it off to whoever would listen.
Looks pretty cool.
But luckily for them, Joe and Kieran were still on the ground, working on the mob spawner to end a fairly slow day, and there's nothing like one slow day to complement the one from yesterday. As with Joe still working, Kieran farming, and Colm constructing, it was Jacob who had the standout moment today,
Ed Sheeran.
dropping me off a freshly stitched shield off my own.
Matt, call me Bruce the way I'm cooking up banners.
Oh shit. He's actually made a cat.
And the gift I'd cherish for the rest of our time here. But luckily, productivity was back on the menu on day 54, with Colm and Jacob collaborating on the positions of the chest in the storage room, scrapping an initial horizontal design in place of a more tucked in vertical layout, also scrapping the blue windows in the process. Finally, before continuing the momentum into more digging for the enchantment room, where after assisting Colm in chest placement, Jacob was back off into the Nether quartz hunting, which set us up for a pretty simple and nice day of progress so far, until one of us crept the closest to death any of us had reached so far.
Oh my fucking
Fuck me,
god.
Kieran. What heart's he on?
One.
What?
He just fell down the mob farm.
Oh my god, I've never gone up something so fast in my life.
And for context, Joe simply asked him to destroy the kelp in his water tunnel.
Can you de-kelp?
Not swim down it, but he was fine. A little shaken up, but nothing some sleep can't fix. So still a little skittish, he opted to just harvest skeletons and XP all day. Something productive, but allowed him to take a few deep breaths off to the side, where I lost myself a little bit, as in between projects, I kind of just wandered around all day, stopping by Colm, who was adding even more chests, and moving up to the second floor, where down from the balcony he was constructing, Jacob was enchanting, adding a new protection-free, unbreaking-free pair of leggings to his ensemble, where to finish, a miracle had happened. Joe was finally ready to start construction again. He now had the cobblestone required and ended day 55 by putting it in the oven to cook. And who knows, maybe we just might see that castle completed after all. So while his mountain of stone cooked, we'd be going back for something we've been slowly working towards with every enchant, upgrade and shield design, the great Bastion Heist. So we made some final preparations today, with Kieran enchanting his leggings and chestplate, joining up with myself and Joe to warm up on some nearby invaders to the east of the camp.
Oh my god, look. I'm coming in the flank, boys. They've got the advantage environmentally.
Sniped them all down. Punch 2 does that to him, man.
Did you ling a man down?
Yeah, that's how you lay a man down.
where it was now time, meeting up with Jacob inside.
Why do they like walk up and square up to you like they're gonna do something? Like, fucking genuinely pisses me off.
Who'd gone in yesterday to scout the area out. It was his domain after all.
Hey guys.
Welcome, Neverman.
So once together, we made our way over towards the Bastion. The strategy: utilise height and high ground to kill any piglin brutes in our way, and fight our way to the treasure room. If it goes wrong, retreat and replan, removing any risk. So in we went, with Colm and Joe at the front, where the reckless duo would require their greatest performance yet.
There's a couple axe guys above us.
So as they moved and blocked in any walls to remove any potential dangers, we began to echolocate the threats above us.
Oh, they're over there.
And the bridge into the treasure room.
So they're above us and then they're across that bridge as well.
Oh, I see him.
Simply fight across it and the loot was practically ours. That should have been the plan, but the two of them crept a bit too high up and disaster struck.
But as soon as one of us attacks them, we need to like tell everyone.
And for the first time, luck would not be on their side.
But I want to see how many there are up here. There's lit. Oh, it did 3 hearts. I'm attacking it because it's killing me.
Something just broke.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I found some cactus, Kieran. I'm coming home.
You fucking idiot. That scared the...
Oh, run, boys, run. Boys, run.
We were fine. And then you ran and we weren't fine.
I was scared.
I'm gonna die. Hello, Colm.
You're Neek. I hope you die first.
I didn't realise what I looked like. I'm dead. Colm, why not just wait?
Because I was getting attacked.
Oh my god.
That castle's a curse.
There was 2 of them on me.
Bro got mint.
Did you get 1 shot?
No, I got 3 shot.
Always look out for you. That's what I'll do.
The one piece of luck, however, was Joe's death managed to draw them away from Colm just in time, as one more hit would have meant his end as well. But Mourning wasn't on the table right now.
We have to conquer it now.
We have to get the smithing template, man.
We couldn't just leave the Bastion empty-handed, or Joe would have died for nothing. So after the fallout, the 3 of us headed to the ceiling.
There it is. There's the chest.
Yeah, there we go.
And Colm went to the side, where we opted to go with his plan and began to make our way down to him.
Yeah, if you come to my side, it might be easier. Oh, okay, I see the chests. I'm literally at the chest, by the way.
So one incredibly sketchy staircase later,
Are we going all the way to the bottom here?
Yeah, all the way to 1.
we had arrived, entering in through the side, where the chests were right there.
The heist of the Bastion.
It's right there, look. There's 2 of them.
Now it was simply about getting to them, so after a lot of options being presented,
In case absolute hell breaks out, the gold block with the torches is the way out, right?
Right.
Just sit here and thin the herd out for a bit. Let them come to us.
only one felt right, as one of us was feeling overwhelming guilt for what had just gone down.
Colm, how ballsy are you feeling?
So in a bid to honour Joe, Colm opted for a suicide mission.
You want me to send it for the fucking chest?
I was going to send it right to chest and pick it up.
Either he gets out somehow, or he gets the loot closer for us to scoop up and live on. So with a break off the block and dropping everything in preparation for the inevitable,
In case I die, boys. Somebody take my shit.
the whole room converged at once. And Colm's fate, well, it's best if I just show you.
Fucking go! Charge!
The cubes are converging.
Get back in! No!
What's his name?
Theodore. Jacob, do not move.
Oh! Colm!
Yank him out of that cave right now.
I'm back in.
What if there's something good in here? No! Do we think this is a decent size, Jacob? Or...
A bit small, isn't it?
Oh! It's not the magma cream!
Somehow, he had made it home.
No, I'm fine. The golden and carrot saved me.
He's alive.
He's alive.
with 2 netherite upgrade templates, and more importantly, in one piece. This guy just seems to have 9 lives, quickly making our way out of the Bastion and returning home, where it only made sense to sleep in the hole to begin the mourning of our fallen soldier.
We should all sleep in the main area just for the night.
Barely sleeping through the night, so as morning crept through, we all headed over to his shell of a home, with Rick Ghastly swinging happily around, awaiting his owner's return, which was never going to happen. So we laid down the tomb of Joe, dropping his armour down and removing our helmets in respect for our fallen kingdom.
Let me take my helmet off.
Still no excuse for not actually finishing his castle though. So as day 60 dawned, we had to move forward, so started small, with Kieran returning to the spawn of some XP farming, joined by Jacob later on, after he spent some time researching what we'd need to duplicate the netherite template, which turned out to be a lot of diamonds.
How do I dupe this thing? Is it like surrounded?
Like you're making a chest.
Fuck me, that's a lot of diamonds.
And upstairs, Colm added some item frames to the chests in the storage room before heading to the Nether, strip mining for ancient debris and quartz. Still feeling the guilt weighing heavy, and for me, I simply spent it enjoying my house, not taking the small stuff for granted anymore. So with his new netherite chest plate he made yesterday, Jacob spent his day by the spawner.
Do you reckon like we're gonna see a retention drop when that cunt died?
No, I reckon people are going to start from after it.
Popping up at level 33 to enchant his pickaxe, landing on a good one.
Ooh.
Then moving over to his helmet and sword, not yielding great results.
Oh, my enchants on these are so wank.
But it got him accurate affinity in the end, so not all bad. But other than him, I was down in the mines today, spending some time down here strip mining away from the deep slate for any resources. And Kieran took over from Jacob at the spawner late into the evening, where my strip mining continued into the morning of day 62, finding plenty of gold and iron, digging around them so that I could use the fortune pickaxe later to get the maximum loot. And speaking of fortune, one of the holders of said pickaxe, Kieran, was back at the enchantment table, grabbing a brand new bow. Followed up by a decent helmet to keep him safe from all the dangers in the world.
Huge.
So he joined up with Jacob and headed down into the mines, where they found some precariously positioned diamonds,
Oh, diamonds in the roof. Don't drop one on yourself.
where coincidentally our paths crossed on day 63.
Greetings.
But not for long, as I was impatient waiting for the fortune pickaxe. I just went crazy on all the resource deposits I'd been saving, returning to smelt them all in the afternoon. But for the two of them, the noise of a horde of what could only be cave spiders sent them into a slow, methodical afternoon
So if we mooch on down here.
of trying to locate them, aiming to raid the mine shaft, eventually finding and opting to try and flank around the spawner.
I can see it's up there, look.
Do you want to go up now and try dropping on it?
We kind of know the basics of where it be.
Breaking out into a huge open chasm,
Creeper!
navigating down,
Wait, this is the cave from earlier.
and realising this is a much bigger problem than they had first thought,
There's 2.
Oh.
with multiple spawners being down here. So they chose to start small, Kieran providing cover with his new bow,
To be honest, yeah, I should be able to give you a lot of aerial cover.
and Jacob swooping in to remove the spawner.
Weeble! It's gone.
Nice.
And with one down, they found another one underneath,
The one underneath could be a huge issue.
but kept to the task, removing the second one.
Gone.
Unreal.
And without a lot of sleep supporting them,
Oh!
they moved on to the hardest one, the third one, buried under a lot of material,
It's got to be down there somewhere, look.
meaning Kieran's aerial support would be deemed useless this time, so they tried to pierce in through the ceiling until just sending it.
I got it.
Oh my fucking god, what a gamble.
Rounding the corner and finding a fourth one, so they got into a fight they weren't expecting.
Move. You good? Because there could be another one to your left or above you. Yeah, there's probably another one up there.
But after recovering, this one ended up being simple to remove.
It's gone.
Now all they had to do was remove the stragglers and begin looting.
Oh, look, diamonds, Kieran.
Maybe it's just a straggler.
So whilst they started to realise that all of that work was basically for not much loot,
There's a little bit to the left. No, they're in.
I was upstairs beginning my next project, working on some automatic smelters
What are you looking at?
to eventually place a building around to make us a smeltery, where after a good amount of hoppers and chests from my mining trip, the design was basic, but would allow us to have a more efficient way of smelting through our resources. So I placed down a basic furnace version and began to work on 2 more on the opposite side, saving room in between for a lava fuel farm, placing down the foundations to that in the evening, where the 2 of them had also returned without much to their name.
Wait, so what day is it in total? What day are we going to the end? When do you think we've got to find it by?
Why are you interrogating me?
But they did have the glory of a fight going smoothly in our favour for once,
I downsized the chickens a little bit.
opting to spend their hard-earned levels on a new chestplate, for Kieran getting a full set of Protection 4 armour, setting him up for success.
I've literally just got Prot 4 and everything.
Considering I thought he'd be long gone at this point, and Jacob only sweetened the deal.
Well, that was useless.
As for the loot from our Bastion raid, he had just enough scrap for another netherite ingot, and now they had the diamonds for a new template, allowing Kieran to increase that new chestplate to even higher heights of protection.
Oh, that looks so sick with the green.
So they ended their day by popping by to see what Colm had been up to in the new enchantment area.
Jump down there.
Is that water?
No, it's not. Do not jump down there.
What? Why would you do that? I was gonna leap off that thinking it was like black water in the game. The anvil's down there.
It's literally here.
And as he point blank refused to come on our next adventure to keep working on it instead, I could have sworn he'd been a lot less risk prone since Joe's death. Maybe still guilty, or maybe because we were heading back to where he died. Not the Bastion, but the Nether. And whilst waiting for me to complete some last minute tasks, death nearly got us again.
Behind you, Jacob, behind you. Whoa! Oh my fucking god.
But luckily, he lived to fight another day, as we'd need him in his home dimension, as we were after the fortress this time.
Unless it's over this.
Oh, fuck that.
What?
Just not a fan of what you just did. That maneuver was not fucking in the safety manual.
It was 1 block.
You with the 2 safety operators, the chief and vice. I didn't like that maneuver either, Matt. I don't know about you, but...
What?
What the fuck is it? You wrote that handbook for a reason and he's not following it.
Only Joe followed the handbook.
And of course, without Joe to locate us towards it.
I'm not sure it was Joe and Colm who found it.
Well, we can't ask Joe.
And with Colm refusing to do anything risky anymore, we had some trouble reaching it.
Should probably make this one safer.
Yeah, I've got issues with a few of these, like especially when it goes down to 1 there. Yeah, you're a prick.
Yeah, jump it.
I'm putting.
Make that. There's no way. Okay.
No, there's some on the roof. I hit my head for a second.
Matt, you have to jump this.
No.
You have to jump this jump, otherwise you don't deserve life.
Resulting in Jacob's second close call of the day.
Uh-oh, I'm dead.
You actually?
Definitely.
Why?
No, I'm not. I'm alive!
Did you just fall in lava?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god, that's so ironic as well.
I understand, but that was just plain stupid. So with him borrowing some of Colm's 9 lives, we trudged into a soul sand biome, finding the fortress as a stressful day drew to a close, scaling our way to the top and beginning to deal with the main threat, the wither skeletons, tall enemies able to output a lot of damage quickly. So we approached with caution and pressed forward, aiming to find the first blazes for the Ender Dragon fight, and secondly, Nether War. Not necessary, but definitely an added bonus if we could get it. Luckily, the main one was found quite quickly.
Well, there's 2 of them. There's 2 spawners.
Finding a dual spawner, opting to be safe and destroy one of them, focusing all of our energy into only one, beginning to farm blaze rod drops, drop by drop, where after a good amount of grinding, we were done here. More than enough for plenty of Eye of Enders, the tracking devices for the dragon. So we spent a whole day scouring the fortress for Nether War.
Wither.
Fall back if you need to. Fall back. Pull back, Kieran. Oh, he got through.
Yeah, he withered me. It's okay. I'm all good.
And I'm not going to waste your time, we didn't find any, so pathed our way back home, popping back out and discovering Colm had been doing some insane work in the enchantment room. It didn't have bookshelves quite yet, as all of his time went into trying to make some void looking thing in the floor, but the table was there at least. So whilst I headed down to the spawner, Jacob fended off an invasion before sleeping soundly, where we'd be right back in there come tomorrow, as we now had a taste for Nether and wanted more, so I enchanted my pickaxe with the new bookshelves installed in here.
I can see the floor below as well.
Just shit on him even more. This room looks
What'd you say, Matt?
wank, Colm.
I can see the floor down there. I thought it's supposed to be
Yeah,
like
no,
an endless void.
I haven't done it deep enough yet. Fucking hell. Do you enchant bit?
Before joining Kieran and Jacob in the Nether for a new venture, specifically for netherite, we needed ancient debris, and a lot of it. 4 ancient debris equals 1 netherite ingot, and you need 1 for each upgrade. So we had a lot to get, spending our whole day obliterating the walls and our pickaxes, but at least we found a few pieces to end our day on a good note. So after a morning full of it, we dipped out and enchanted some of our new pieces alongside repairing our tools, as we were off straight back out.
Oh, look at that, eh?
That just gets the blood flowing.
To tackle the second remaining issue for getting full netherite armor.
So we need a fair few diamonds.
So this time, I opted to stay behind, as I'd fallen behind on enchantments, so decided to lock myself in with the spawner for a while to make amends. So Colm and Kieran hopped on Rick Ghastly in the evening
No Ubers here, sir.
and picked up Jacob,
It's like the Harry Potter film, Colm.
Jacob, we're breaking you out.
driving a couple hundred blocks away to hopefully come away from the mountains, and mainly the ancient cities beneath, so they could mine as many diamonds as they could. So they dug up a good old-fashioned sleep hole before they began. So with Colm going off alone, still scared to endanger another person by his side, the team set off downwards.
Alright, Kieran, you're gonna have to dig down because I forgot to repair my pickaxe.
Of course you did.
We're back home. I popped up to enchant some items before extracting some lava from the Nether to return and work on my lava farm. So with me out the way, let's focus on them, as Kieran and Jacob cracked into a mine shaft before hitting the mother load of caves.
Holy shit.
So they fought their way in, where the diamonds begin to flow, and flow in they did, as seemingly every corner they turned, they were greeted by more.
Oh, look at that.
Even finding a spawner en route for their troubles. And down in the strip mines, Colm's method was more straightforward, but he was also finding tons of loot too, with no warden encounters on the horizon. It was full steam ahead to find as much diamonds and everything else that we could. And after another full day at the spawner, I was back up again, enchanting first my leggings, then my axe, and finally my bow. Not the greatest set, but nothing we couldn't fix in the future, where Kieran and Jacob's cave just kept getting more absurd, fighting their way down with confidence and coming back up constantly with more diamonds, where other than a few, Jacob had been grabbing them all with silk touch, alongside also finding a couple new spawners, where this was turning into a fever dream with the amount they were finding.
Oh, Jacob. Oh my god, they call me the Hawk. Look in the ceiling.
And the seemingly never-ending cave full of riches.
Oh, that feels bountiful.
While in a mine shaft, Colm was also making plenty of discoveries on his path,
I hate being in a mine shaft and I hear
including plenty of diamonds himself, but eventually, unlike their cave, he was tapped out early, returning to the surface, so he took it as a chance and a sign to head home, with a successful trip behind him and his first risk since Joe's death. And it wasn't long into day 74 where Jacob and Kieran followed suit, as they'd found enough diamonds to fund us for a long time.
Kieran, with the 27 iron blocks, the 2 gold blocks, and the 70 diamond blocks, you might be able to tower to the sky limit.
So popped out into the sand and made their way back, swimming through the river with not 1 ounce of guilt about Rick Ghastly, Joe's last living memory, still tied to a tree somewhere.
Where's Rick Ghastly?
Not fucking that.
Well, we have to find him.
He'll be fuck. We're just tying to a tree. He'll be fine. He's got the elements. Joe would have loved him and be in nature like he is.
Where after another full day of work in his enchantment room and my smeltery, the pair returned, with the ancient debris debris they'd found from their prior trip smelted and ready for them, but that would have to wait, as it was time for Kieran to be given the honours of showing how many diamonds the two of them found. By towering up to the sky, I think they forget it's hardcore sometimes, but it was still interesting to watch.
Yeah, but the wind doesn't blow you off.
Shut up, man.
Getting a fair few for their work.
2.5 stacks.
Jesus.
So he dropped them off in the storage building and enchanted his sword, giving us a good route for mob drops in the future. Also grabbing a new Silk Touch pickaxe after some breeding, where after another solid shift at the smeltery, Jacob had prepared the netherite and it was ready for himself and Kieran to grab netherite leggings, and for me to get the chest plate.
Netherite chest plate.
Ending an action-packed few days in the world. But we weren't done on the quest for netherite just yet, as Jacob and Kieran were addicted.
Alright, who's coming to Neverina? No, Matt's enchanting. Colm, are you joining us?
Okay, I'll come.
Bringing Colm along with them this time and spending the whole day decimating the lower levels of the Nether, finding plenty of ancient debris.
Oh shit, I got 2 pieces.
And creating a whole new place for enemies to spawn from the sheer destruction.
Oh my god, there's like 9 of them.
Whereas for me, I was still back and forth from the spawner, popping up to enchant my helmet, finally getting a good enchant on it, before I was heading straight back down, flying all the way up to level 36 before returning, where they had also returned in the evening of day 77.
So why is it costing 33 fucking enchantment levels to repair this pickaxe now then?
Yeah, you're cooked, mate.
Placing the ancient debris onto smelt and beginning to prep the templates for even more upgrades, where Colm decided to end a practically perfect day with nearly dying.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. What?
I fell down the hole.
What are you doing down there?
I may have accidentally just fallen down the void pit that I made and lived on half a heart.
That's good.
Even being passive, he still somehow finds ways to nearly die. Where other than him now being even more risk adverse, the pair of Jacob and Kieran synthesized the new netherite ingots and got 2 full sets of netherite armor. Alongside being greedy and then getting a netherite pickaxe each, taking a second to bask in their newfound security and power.
Oh wow.
I'm so excited. El Paso de Arma.
So Jacob returned to his hobby, making Kieran a new shield cover to complement his new armor. But with them two fully kitted out, I was also fully enchanted now, so returned to work on my smeltery. And with the 4 smelters now fully operational, there was just enough ingots left to allow me to also get full netherite armor towards the end of the day. And the reason Colm wasn't seen as much after his near death is he didn't want to go anywhere near his enchantment room for a day or 2 at least, opting to go and alter Joe's spawner a bit, as it definitely wasn't the fastest, dropping it down a few levels and eventually getting something much more efficient. So he stuck around all day to continue testing it out, where I started my morning filling in an unknown creeper hole, maybe from Joe's ghost.
Why is there a big creeper explosion hole in my back garden?
In your back garden?
You know I'd have screamed.
Before taking my frustration out on a nearby Enderman, also heading out with Colm for some late night amethyst hunting, as I wanted to trim my new armor in my signature colour.
It is a hero movie.
So on the morning of day 80, Jacob returned from some nether farming and I got back from a small spawner trip, as we were off an adventure together. As I mentioned before, I needed some armor trims and we were fresh out, and because we wanted to set off in style, Jacob grabbed some name tags for our 2 new ghasts, Splonkus and Kronk, ending the day off by planting them in the ground and crafting our new harnesses, ready to go once they awakened. But it wasn't time just yet, so Kieran got some feedback on a new shield craft.
I just run the dick shield.
You're just a bit of a dick.
What the fuck?
Before him and his dick shield farmed some XP, and he got a second diamond sword enchanted, which would certainly complement the looting free one, immediately combining them, giving him a great sword.
Oh my word. Sharpness 4, Fire Aspect 2, Looting 3 and Breaking 3. And I'm going to change the name to L Rage Better because it deserves it.
Leaving me to work back on the smeltery, Colm to farm levels with the spawner, and Jacob simply watched the ghasts, watching them grow up quickly, where after more pleading and staring, one of them showed signs of life.
Matt, they're alive!
Naming this one Kronk, but he wasn't ready for adventure yet, so he swiped some snowballs from Rick Ghastly's pile and fed Kronk up to full strength, equipping him with a blue harness just as Splungus also popped into life.
Matt, chain your guy up.
But they were out of snowballs to feed him to full strength, so as Kieran started this new project of organising everything into the storage room that we've had for ages now and not utilised properly, Colm kept grinding levels in the spawner, where to the two of us didn't have time to waste on Splungus growing up, so we left on Kronk into the evening of day 82 with armour trims the main objective, flying through the heat, rain and cold, beginning our journey by finding the ruined portal.
Matt has locked on to a broken nether portal. I'll have a look, Matt.
But it yielded nothing extravagant, so back to the road we went. We're back home. Kieran's day was and will be for the future simply filled with moving everything into the storage room, whereas Colm, for now he was done in the spawner, popping out in the evening, re-enchanting his boots and chest plate, getting unlucky in his endeavours, so back down he went. And back on the ocean, we had found a treasure map in our second ruined portal, so began navigating the ocean, heading straight towards it.
Oh my god, the skeleton's hitting us.
Drive away.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Rediscovering land early in the next morning, touching down and beginning to excavate, finding some decent loot for our troubles.
Get anything cool?
There's cooked salmon in here.
But sadly, no armour trims just yet, so back in the air we went, scavenging a shipwreck.
Ow!
Where Jacob found a new treasure map, and finally, we found what we were looking for, some armour trims.
Aha! Smithing template. How awesome, man.
As I was starting to think this trip would last forever, we're back home, and into the evening, Colm resurfaced again, grabbing 2 more unwanted enchantments.
Ooh, sweeping edge, bane of arthropods.
So back down to the spawner he went again, where deep in the jungle, we were navigating an insane looking cave we'd found, scavenging for anything we could before our mission was nearly complete.
Unfortunately, Colm, the quest in the lush cave led me to a deep dark.
With the treasure map being the final planned stop on our adventure, but we still had time to loot a ruined portal on our way.
Any goodies?
Not really.
Shit.
Before learning our treasure map was certainly not all that it cracked up to be.
Wait, this is where we just were.
Huh?
TNT's still there.
Dude, they gave us the same map.
What?
So we set off for home. We're back home. Colm was getting more poor enchants.
I got Unbreaking 3 Thorns 2, Fire Prop 4.
But Kieran had practically moved everything in, creating new chests and even clearing out the hole from the beginning, where we landed on a late note.
We're coming in now. We're coming in hot.
And Splungus was now fully grown and ready for flight as well. So I completed the day by trimming my chest plate out in amethyst.
Ooh. Post armor trim.
But the day was over before I could tackle the rest, ending off in explosive fashion.
Uh-oh.
Kieran blew up the storage room.
So after fixing the damage, he polished off and finally got us moved in fully. Where over in his house, he joined me and Jacob in completing my trimmed armour.
He looks actually terrifying through that.
Yeah, I know.
Inspiring Kieran to go and then name all of his armour pieces. In a very armour-centric day, Colm dropped in to colour his set too.
It does look alright.
But he still lacked 3 pieces of netherite. So in the evening, joined by Kieran,
Me and you, Bus and Duo. We're gonna go practice some Spanish on these pigmen.
the two of them set off to grab the last bits of ancient debris they need.
Oh my god, Donkey's here. Jacob, your Donkey's in the Nether. They're both in the Nether.
That's where they want to be. Let them to it, man.
So whilst they spent the whole day mining away, getting a decent haul by the end of it, back at base, Jacob was just enjoying a nice dip in the lava of my smeltery.
Careful of this lava pit, you can't get out of it.
Yeah? I'll have a bathe.
No, Jacob.
Shit. I'm all in the lava, Matt. You mean you can't get out?
putting our limited potions to good use, and spending most of his day watching me build, before spending the latter part of his day working on our last build, something small to get in before the fight, beautifying the Nether portal and the surrounding area. So he grabbed a bunch of Nether related blocks from the chest and kept progressing, utilising a mixture of walls, staircases and slabs to get it looking much cleaner, where after another morning of excavating, out popped the two of them, with enough netherite to complete the armour for Colm, with Kieran having enough spare to get his own sword upgraded as well. So whilst working on his armour, Colm was also crafting some fireworks with some of our spare materials, with the hope he and the rest of us would be putting them to use very soon. So feeling the weight of the looming clash, Kieran took his morning to visit the grave of Joe, before standing atop his horrible castle to take in how far we'd come in 89 days.
What are you doing in Joe's castle?
Just taking a minute, you know what I mean? Reflecting.
From a tiny manhole to a full-blown town, looking over at me, who with walls around my smeltery, I started my day placing some decorative lanterns around my house, before moving on to tackle the roof, making good progress before dropping down to see that Colm had made a little train track around my lava farm.
You're trying to automate the buckets.
What? Why did it stop? Well, it gets too close to the lava.
But it added to the aesthetic, so we decided to leave it be, leaving Jacob, whose work on the portal concluded today, putting on the flaming roof before him and Kieran placed some signs on the back, with some important messages to keep us going.
That's so good.
I'm a shot for his proper age.
That's so good.
Where today was a day of reflection and preparation, continuing to gather any last minute items that could help tip the scale in our favour. And with the three of them basically doing nothing today other than this, my day was the only active one, mainly just navigating the roof design for the smeltery, which was nearly complete. So with most of the building projects complete and the place looking amazing, it was time to locate the end portal.
Hey Kieran, fetch.
So we took our seats, with Kieran and Jacob on Kronk, and myself and Colm on Splongus, throwing the first Eye of Ender and setting off,
It broke.
putting down some potential invaders on the outskirts of our town,
Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted.
before realising one of us had forgotten a bed.
I didn't take my bed.
So while still in an incredibly high up position in the mountains, searching for sheep, one of us then also forgot he had a brain,
You're a fucking idiot.
Why would you do that?
nearly killing two of our team members with one arrow. So with Kronk now dead, we found the sheep and went to sleep. Not a good start on our journey to the portal. So now all riding Splongus, we were just praying that that idiot didn't get his bow out again. No wonder he's scared of fighting. Someone nearly dies every time he's involved. But today, we didn't have much to report. We basically just threw Eye of Enders and flew Splongus over the ocean, stopping to make a sleep line in the middle of nowhere. But as it turns out, it wasn't quite the middle of nowhere, as after taking off on the next morning, the Eye of Enders began to send us in a circle, and after a few U-turns, we realised we made a base right above the stronghold.
Who went down? It's under here.
Fuck off.
It's under here.
So we quickly docked Splongus and swam down, entering the stronghold and beginning our search for the portal, which didn't take long at all to uncover. So after Colm showcased more brain power,
What happened to that?
You threw it.
it turns out we didn't have enough Eye of Enders to ignite the portal. Luckily, Jacob had gathered enough obsidian to craft a makeshift nether portal down here, meaning we could go home and get some more, which like normal was filled with plenty of questionable moments from Jacob and Colm on our return.
We could jump in the lava, have a little tickle, and just swim up.
No, Jacob.
Fuck it.
But we were home in one piece, which is all that mattered, where now we had a couple of days to make some last minute preparations and gather the final 2 pearls we'd need.
We left the cast. Oh.
There's now 2 gas in the one. I'm one fucking dead, mate. We can't keep a gas.
Which for today was mainly taken in our base for potentially the last time for some of us, as none of us had ever beaten this thing on hardcore before. So as a way to calm their thoughts, Jacob took Kieran over to his favourite spot to relax.
Let's take a dip. Come here, you.
Can I take my armour off?
Yeah, we have 3 minutes of fire resistance.
This feels wrong. There's something about this feels illegal.
We're now fully relaxed. Kieran developed aimbot, and the two of them took revenge on Colm for nearly getting them killed earlier.
Oh, you got him again!
They call me automatic, mate. They call me automatic.
Wait, I'm 2 hearts low. I'm 2 hearts.
Heading down to the spawner in the evening for some final grinding. Managing to get lucky and pull an infinity bow from a skeleton.
This guy just dropped me a bow of infinity on it.
So Jacob attached it to his newly named bow, meaning it was now time.
Where we go?
So we said goodbye to home
This is it, gentlemen.
and entered the Nether, making our way back to the portal.
Nearly pushed me in.
Where Colm branched off to trade for the final 2 ender pearls we'd need. Eventually, and after a lot of gold, he got them.
I used a stack and I didn't get a single pearl. Oh, I have 2 pearls.
So joined the 3 of us at the portal, inserting them and igniting the end portal into life. And as we stood atop the portal, each at one side, we thought back to everything that had led up to this moment. The first night in the hole, the pink sheep, the ones we'd lost along the way, and the many near-death experiences we had ourselves, where someone very familiar returned to pass on some last-minute words of encouragement.
Boys, I may not be there in person to lead you into this battle and give you a speech in person, but I am here in spirit to cheer you on and to make sure that you will survive through this. You will all survive. I know you all will. You survived so far. You survived through the loss of me. You survived through the loss of Rick Garsley. You survived again and again and again, and you will continue to survive. Go out there and slay the Ender Dragon. It's your destiny.
And with the words and memory of Joe fueling us, we stepped forth into the fight we'd been preparing for since day one.
Lock the fuck in!
Arriving in the end with a swarm of Endermen ready to attack at a moment's notice. So we carefully made our way to the mainland.
Alright, don't panic, don't panic.
Oh my god.
Don't panic.
With the dragon detecting an unfamiliar presence almost immediately.
Keep the eyes on the ground, gents. Keep the eyes on the ground.
But we weren't planning on going down easy, so we began to snipe the end crystals atop various towers.
Some of them are in a cage. What do we do about the caged ones?
Knocking them down one by one.
I got one. Got one.
Did I get it?
I think I hit it.
Oh, someone got it.
Until eventually it had no way of healing itself anymore, and it was simply a fight to the death. So we started landing plenty of blows on him.
I don't know, I think I'm hitting the wings.
I think I'm just not hitting.
Yeah, I'm just missing. I think I'm just washed.
Until the dragon perched in the middle and we charged it.
Oh wait, you can't shoot him here. You have to. Someone get in! Get in there with the swords!
Which for a second almost turned into a disaster.
Ow, you bit me.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Get
Nice
under
damage.
there!
Good damage. Good damage. No.
No!
Oh my god, I got launched.
Oh lord!
But luckily, I'd been shot far and not high, so I healed myself up
I'm alive, I'm alive. It was a very narrow launch.
and got right back into the fight, where its health began to tick down and we were all landing shots. Jacob, who should have died numerous times before this, Colm, who had nearly killed everyone at least once, Kieran, who should have never made it this far, and myself, who nearly died just seconds ago. But we were all here now, so as it perched barely holding on to life, the 4 of us charged it together.
Fuck him up!
Charge.
Yeah!
And ended the fight on our own terms, scooping up the egg of the defeated Ender Dragon,
Oh, ball knowledge.
where we noticed another strange portal.
Oh, what's that in the sky?
So we staircased up to it, but that would have to wait for another time. So with our mission complete, we jumped into the original portal and headed home.
Well then, ladies, we came. We saw, we conquered, now we return.
Arriving on the morning of day 100 and taking it all in, making our way to the only place it made sense to plant the dragon's egg.
Oh yeah, hats off.
Oh yeah, shit, hats off.
As even though we'd lost a lot, we gained a whole lot more. And maybe this was just the beginning. So with night falling, we headed to bed, where it all started 100 days ago.